I feel like, okay, I got rid of one addiction, but I kind of found myself scrolling, and I kind of let myself sourcing could kind of became an addiction in itself for me, because the thrill of seeing that, oh my gosh, that's a brand new bag for $20. I can't, like, I feel
Gotta
like
buy it.
I have to be the one to get it. I have to be the one to make the money. And what I need to is that I can get on and find a deal right now. Like, I can find them like that nonstop. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of what I have, because I know I can get more.
Welcome to Open Talk. My name's Lynn. Today I'm with Christy, or better known as Christy7609 on Poshmark. How we doing, Christy?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing well for a Wednesday.
Awesome. For those that don't know who you are, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself, or what you do, what you sell?
Yeah, my name's Christy, and Christy7609, trying to also be known as the purse peddler. I sell purses, mainly designer brands. Coach, Kate Spade, Michael Kors are like my top three, the ones that I did the most research on to learn the brand. So taking on a few new ones, but yeah, mainly designer brand bags, and yeah, that's my niche. I love purses. So
How did you get into purses? Is that something that...
well, honestly, it started, let's see. First off, sorry, my thing keeps coming out. I have about, I'm going on my 5th year sober. Um, and when I first got,
Congratulations.
thanks. I just hit my 5-year mark. And when I first uh, got sober and changed my lifestyle, I had to find things to keep me busy. And one day I decided to see what Poshmark was all about, and I started scrolling and I saw somebody selling purses, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, the community, it's like the same people coming to the same show, and everyone talking to each other. And I was like, I think I want to try this. And I told my husband, I think I want to try this. And he was like full support. Um, Gave me support. I should have brought to show you my photos of when I first started, because when I first started, I was in my kitchen on like a 5-tier shelf with probably
Hmm.
about maybe 20 bags. Like, I could show every bag I had in my inventory on my show when I first started. So I've grown quite a bit since then. I'm going on my 3rd year now of being on Posh.
Third year. Did you start as a closet seller, or did you go right into live?
Straight into live. Well, I had to,
Straight into live.
yeah. So I had to meet the requirements first. It was like one sale, and then you had to sign up and be put on a waiting list. So I made my first sale in a share show, and of course I listed the items that I was going to show in my show. But yeah, I didn't have like a full closet. I wanted to do live. I thought it was fun and interesting, so I just wanted to dive straight in. And it was so
How
eager. Wait, I had to wait like 2 weeks, and I was like, what if they don't approve me? And I've got all this stuff, and but I finally got approved. And then when I first started, I was doing a show like every day of the week for like 2 weeks in a row.
What was the approval process back then?
So you had to have one sale, and let's see, I think that was it. You had to have one sale, and then you just had to sign up. You had to have made one sale. You had to have been in good standings in the community, and you had to have been on like a waiting list, like approved, like they had to approve you back then. So yeah, I had to wait. It was about 2 weeks, and they finally approved me.
Do you like the ability now, like where everyone gets approved? Like what do you think should happen? Do you think there should be an approval process, or should be like just anyone can just sell live?
I mean, I like that anyone can sell live, because I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of room for everyone. There's room for everybody. Like, if you come into my show and you're telling me you're thinking about starting, live selling, I'm gonna say go for it. Tell me when your show is, I'll be there. So yeah, I'm for it. I'm not against it. So self promote in my closet, in my chat. Come just to hang out.
That's awesome. When you first went live, do you still remember your first show? Or,
Yes.
like, how did it go? Yes?
Yeah, I remember my first show. I was actually on my laptop, and I didn't know at the time, but the like pixels of my laptop were very blurry. So it was like a week I did those shows and people still came to my shows, but it was like
Mhm.
really blurry. But the same people that came to my first shows still come to my shows. Like three of those same people that were in my very first show, they still come to my show. One's my mod.
Wow.
My mod has came to my first show and has been pretty much to every show since. So I've made some real friends in the community.
And you just stuck straight to luxury handbags throughout the whole entire time.
Yep, I haven't veered once. I tried clothes one time, like one show, not for me. I just can't. I just love purses. And if you don't like the purse I'm showing, it's not going to hurt my feelings because everyone's got a different style, but I just love purses and I get excited over them and I get excited to show them and I don't know. I think they're so fun. There's so many different ones. So,
I feel like there's like with luxury handbags, there's got to become with a lot of challenges, no, to sell
yeah.
handbags consistently. Did you experience anything that was difficult? Was it like it was just something you just figured out over time?
Well, so I did a lot of research when I first started because I wanted to know the brand that I was selling. So a lot of reading to learn about the brand when it started, how to recognize authentic bags versus counterfeit bags and yeah, just a lot of research. And so I, know what I'm selling. And then sourcing. That was at first I wasn't very good at sourcing and I think I've become really good at it now. Um, and yeah, so I think sourcing at first was probably the hardest thing was finding where to get the inventory
The
from.
bags.
Yeah, and I realized honestly for me at first it was not on Posh. I couldn't really source on Posh because
It's expensive.
and if I'm being honest, the fees are quite steep there. So for people to make money, they got to sell it at a high enough price to where if I get it and I sell it, it's going to be hard to, break even. So a little bit on Facebook I was sourcing and then I found another like kind of resale site that's not really well known and that's where I do most of my sourcing and I also set limits for myself of like how much I will invest in one item so that I don't have so much invested in one. I'd rather have the amount vested, like for example, $100. I'd rather have $100 invested in four items so that I could sell at least one of the four and keep things rolling rather than have my money stuck, in a higher price bag and just
You know.
waiting for it to sell.
Well, see, I always wondered what the breakdown on that with bags are, right? So let's say you have a Michael Kors bag that retails for, let's say, $500, right? How much would you pay for that bag so that you're profitable?
A new one or like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
new?
No, yeah, new, yeah, brand new tags.
Honestly, I wouldn't really want to go over like $40 if I could help it. That's,
$40.
yeah, brand new. Yeah,
And then what would you expect to flip that for?
my goal would probably be, I always want to double my money. That's always my goal. But if I can at least 30% profit, I'd settle for that. I'm always excited to double my money, and that was always my goal when I started selling. And at first, I wasn't able to do so, but I've somewhat kind of been able to reach that goal more often
That's cool.
since I've sourced a little smarter now.
When you say smarter, do you ever have issues where you feel like you source too much
Oh my gosh, that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm
right
at
now?
right now. Yeah, I'm there right now. And thank goodness I stumbled upon you guys because I am so thankful for the opportunity to get rid of so much in a short amount of time because I love the opportunity to low start, but I oversourced and didn't go live as much as I should, and I know I should. So yeah, I'm there now. Like this room is I promise you, surrounded in purses. Like my husband just redid the entire room, put shelves on every wall, and the shelves are full
Full.
already. And I still have one, two, three, four, six. I have six 50-gallon totes, and I have eight 40-gallon totes. So I have a lot of
Wow.
inventory. I have a lot of inventory, and my husband has been um, supportive but also like, hey, you need to,
We need to start getting rid of stuff.
yeah, yeah. So he's helping me feel comfortable in here because I did really oversource and I really overwhelmed myself. And then it kind of put me into a depression because the sourcing became more fun than the selling. But thankfully, honestly, since being on the raid trains, I've kind of came into a group, a good handful of people I've met through the community that y'all have, and they're like real friends of mine. Like we talk every day, and we push each other to go live, and we show up to each other's shows, and we know we shouldn't, all of us shouldn't be buying, so we try not to buy from each other, even though we want to help each
Yeah.
other out, but we're supporting each other in other ways, like, being in the chat and just hanging out, because sometimes you're just there hanging out with your friends,
Yeah.
not many people coming in. So yeah, but
Yeah.
I love low starts. I feel like people do like to swipe. I've done a lot of watching, and it's so funny because you can run an item over and over for $25 and no one buy it, but then you can low start it and then people start swiping and it go for more than 25. So it's interesting to me that people really like to swipe. So the low start, I'm able to do that on the raid trains, and I do
Yeah.
enjoy doing that.
It is the psychology of live is crazy once you like dig deep into it, and it makes more sense when there's more people,
Yeah.
right? Like one of the biggest things that we found, I mean, doing live is, and we had, this is our third year on live, is that, I think it's just when you're on live, you need to be selling.
Hmm.
To go live and only have a few people in your room just doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
Bids are going to be low unless you're running at your own price. Like, there has to be an ability to say, okay, instead of wasting 6 to 8 hours of my time streaming and maybe make a couple bucks or most of the time lose money, how do you consistently go live with hundreds of people in your room twice a week or 3 times a week, sell for 30 minutes and then do something else,
Hmm. Yep.
I'm glad that you came in the community. I think you're gonna absolutely do really, really well.
I have big goals for this year. I do.
Well, it sounds like it with all this inventory that you have.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I have a lot of goals, and last year had some rough patches, but I feel like this year's going to be totally different, and I'm going to take off is my goal. I'm going to just get on up there and do things I'm uncomfortable with, and just try to enjoy it.
Do you mind? So when we first started talking, you talked about your sobriety, right? Like and 5 years being sober, that's crazy. Like, and then that's one of the reasons why you got into reselling. Do you mind talking a little bit about that and like what made you want to be sober? And
Yeah, sure. That's part of my testimony, and I'm happy to share. Who knows? Maybe it'll inspire somebody out there to get sober or who's struggling. So my kids was the main reason I got sober. I was, facing losing my kids if I didn't get sober. So that was like the biggest push for me. And I met my husband because the person I was dating at the time, he was not a good person. So yeah, I met my husband and he just pushed me, supported me in getting sober, and we started going to church regularly. So God stepped in and he just took over, and yeah, he took all want for me to use away and refocused my life like on my kids. And then at the time I was also waiting tables. I didn't ha- Now I work from home, as like I have a full-time job as well. So, but at the time I was waiting tables, and it just like I thought to myself, like, this is good, it's money every day, but it's not consistent. So yeah, I that's also when I started thinking like a side hustle, because yeah, I knew also my youngest son was gonna phase out of daycare, and then I was in my mind I was gonna have to quit working because once he started school the hours wouldn't line up. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah, getting sober was mainly to get my family back together because we were facing I was facing losing my kids if I didn't get clean, and it took me a lot of failing before I got clean, and it took me just giving it to God, because if God hadn't stepped in, I honestly probably wouldn't be here today. And if I hadn't got sober, y'all probably wouldn't be y'all probably wouldn't like me too much because I wasn't the same person I am today that I was 5 years ago.
Is it one of those things where one day you just said like I've got to change, or like did it take multiple attempts?
It took me a few attempts. It took me
Yeah,
a few attempts, and it took me getting to, all right, if you don't do this, then your kids are you can't have them back. They're going to foster care, and that's that. So that was like, I love my kids. My oldest son is 16. My youngest son is 5. So he doesn't remember it, but my oldest is 16, and I raised him by myself all the way up until his teenage years, and he was my little buddy, so I knew I couldn't do that to him. There's no way I could live without my boys. So yeah, that was the big push. And my husband was finally like, we have to get these boys home. So I'm taking the keys. You're staying here. You're not going anywhere till, however long it takes you to be, clean and get this out of your system. And then one day I just woke up. I think mentally it was a lot of fear, because the drug I was using, a lot of withdrawal came with not using that drug. and
hmm,
and then one day I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel I'm normal. Like, I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm not sick. So I did it. And there's nothing you could do to ever make me go back to that life. Like, if you put me in a room full of people using that drug, I would spend my time trying to convince those people how great life is sober.
without
So
it.
yeah, I would never go back. I would never go
Yeah,
back to using. So and if you would have told me 5 years ago I would be where I'm at today, I would probably laugh in your face that I would have a new car in the driveway. My husband has a nice truck, a new truck in the driveway. We own our home. Just so many things that God has done for us in the past 5 years that are just amazing. They're like fancy miracles. They are like God's like, watch this, and He really, pulled through for us. So now my husband's a deacon of our church.
wow,
I volunteer youth group at my church, and we do growth group and Bible study, and just really involved. Our church is very community involved, so we try to just yeah, be involved as much as we can. So our life is totally different now, and I wouldn't change a thing about it, except for
I'm so happy for you.
getting rid of some of these
I'm so
purses.
happy for you. I know. Okay, when you talk about your big goals for 2026, like
Yeah.
what are those goals?
Okay. So my my main goal is, I feel like, okay, I got rid of one addiction, but I kind of found myself scrolling, and I kind of let myself sourcing could kind of became an addiction in itself for me, because the thrill of seeing that, oh my gosh, that's a brand new bag for $20. I can't, like, I feel
Gotta
like
buy it.
I have to be the one to get it. I have to be the one to make the money. And what I tell myself, and what I just need to make sink in, is that I can get on and find a deal right now. Like, I can find them like that nonstop. So what I need to do is, I need to get rid of what I have, because I know I can get more. Like, I watched a video today, that you put up, and you said only buy what you can sell, and don't buy more until you sell that. And I was like, right, because where were you? Where were you a couple years ago? Because that's true. I have no problem finding and sourcing, and if I just stop and sell what I have, and then maybe allot myself, okay, I've sold 100, maybe I can buy 10, but I'm just drowning in inventory right now. And so yeah, that's my focus, is to stop sourcing and to sell.
Man, but that's gonna be hard.
It's going to be hard. I struggle with it already. I'm really struggling with it. So, but I'm trying, and I have a support system behind me that I've met on Posh, and they're like, "Hey, you haven't bought anything, have you?" And they're checking in on me, and they know I won't lie to them. I'm not a good liar. So if you
Do
ask
you
me something and I'm lying, I won't answer you. You just won't get a response before I'll lie to you.
do you think your shopping addiction is common, like
I do.
on Poshmark?
I do.
Yeah.
I do believe so. I believe it's very common. I know it's common among people I talk with, and a lot of it too is we find ourselves a lot of times also sympathy bidding, and that's another thing that I struggle with, and then I end up spending money that I shouldn't be because you feel bad. You want to support your friends. You want to support the people
Of
selling.
course.
You do, but you can do so when you're financially able, and people will understand that. And there'll always be someone interested in the item probably at the same time that will buy from them. And I know the friends that I've made on there, we know each other's situation, and we appreciate the fact that you're just in there hanging out and chatting. That means a lot to me. If you're coming to my show and you don't have $1, it's fine as long as you're chatting. I like a talkative chat. So um, I have to find myself stop talking sometimes and show my item because I don't know. I like to talk, I guess.
Do you set like sales goals every week by chance? Like do like let's say this year, like you have all this inventory, all in all this bins. Like, do you ever say, okay, I want to make 2,000 a week, 3,000 a week? Is that something that you're thinking about?
I need to do that. I really need to do that because I could reach the goals. It's just pushing myself to do the show. And I don't know why. I don't know why I talk myself out of going live. I don't know why I do that. I really don't know the answer because I know if I get on, it's going to be fun. It always is. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't honestly don't know. If you could tell me, that'd be nice. But maybe it's Satan convincing me, trying to keep me in this hole I'm in. But
No, but I think a lot of people, I mean, people that we talk to, like a lot of people is scared to go live, honestly.
yeah, well,
You
I
know,
mean, I guess
it
it's kind
they,
of scary.
they're scared to go live, but they have this addiction to keep buying.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I shouldn't say it's crazy, but
Common.
it's more common
It's
than
very
you.
common.
It's very common. So I'm glad at least you decided to go live. I feel like now, how do we how do we improve on it
Yep.
where where the community gives you ability to just go live twice a week or 3 times a week, whatever it is, and you start to sell more, like double,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then your sourcing addiction won't be an issue.
Yeah. Then it wouldn't be.
Right? Right?
It's the shopping became more fun than the selling, and that's where I failed. I was doing good until that started happening, and I was also last year I found myself not doing solo shows, and that was probably a mistake in it as well. No, I think co-hosting is great, but not all the time because we all have our
Yeah.
own things we need to sell. It should be like a feature that you co-host with somebody that once a month or twice or every other so often. But yeah, so that was another thing for me because especially if you co-host with somebody who's selling the same thing as you feel like you're kind of competing with each other. So yeah, that was another thing I've told myself for this year. I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to solo and I'm going to sell all these purses. Sorry, this thing keeps falling out of my ear.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries.
And so, yeah, that was another mistake I made last year. And so I've got a lot to improve on, a whole lot, like a list of things to improve on. And another thing that I struggle with that it causes me to fail is listing my items. That's another. I don't list
Listing your
my items.
items.
Yeah, yep. If like I have some amazing items that would sell like so quickly, I just procrastinate when it comes to listing, and then in my mind I'm like, well, I can just go live and show it live rather than take 10 pictures and write a whole description. So, um, that's another thing that I need to improve on as well.
Do you get any closet sales, or is it mostly like live?
So I sell on okay, so Posh is my like live selling platform, but I closet sell on I don't know if you know Mercari, the app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made as much in closet sales on Mercari than I did on Posh. So like I'm making
Interesting.
those at the same time. So I have the income from live selling, but then I have constant like every day somebody buying out of my closet, which I list on Posh as well, but on Mercari the fees are lower, so I'm able to list list the items for a lower price. So like if I list my items, I'm selling items out of my closet over there like every single day. Like I'm putting
That's
something in the
cool.
mailbox every day, and I just kind of lost my drive. I lost my drive to list. So
We got, I mean, it's 2026, a brand new year.
it is. It's a new year, and guess what?
A
Also,
brand new year.
I've been dabbling on Palm Street, trying to step in there, see what it's like, and get a feel for it. And I've inserted myself into a community there, and I think I'm going to give it a try. But I've realized over there, people like games. People like to play white elephant and like word
Yeah.
wall games, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I have the items. I think I'm gonna. Why not try it? It can't hurt. So everyone
You know
over
what's,
there says, "Come
you
on,
know what's
try
so,
it." So
you know what's cool is like, I mean, live selling, I just feel like just at its beginning, right? Just at its beginning. And the cool thing is that it allows anyone anywhere to sell anything,
yeah,
right? From their home, from their apartment, the basement, anywhere. I think as a reseller, I think there's going to be so many platforms. And well, there's so many platforms already, but there's so many new platforms that will come out.
yeah.
And I think each platform is geared towards different people. And so one platform may work for one person, but it may not work for another. So I'm
hmm
glad you're trying new things.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I've got I've got the inventory to make a whole game, so I said, why not try it? Everyone says, come on, we'll show up, so we'll give it a try. Can't hurt to try.
I want to talk about something, and this is a topic that I am very passionate about: live selling profitability. I mean, this is just my humble opinion, but I feel like many sellers struggle actually being profitable
hmm
going live,
Yeah.
right? After the giveaways or the time or the inventory or being burned by low bids. What are your thoughts on actually being profitable? Have you ever, like, after show, put everything you sell and then put your costs, everything? And have you ever analyzed if you're truly profitable selling?
Yeah, I do. I all pretty much all the time. Like I keep a little like paper of what I paid for the item in side my item. So that way I'm able to know what it needs to sell for. And then in terms of the Ray trains, I also I'll take all my slips of paper, add them up, and like, okay, this is what I have in, this is what I made. I made money. I do love that. Like, I love to know whether I doubled my money. Sometimes I tripled my money. Sometimes I make $5. Sometimes I lose, but I love to know that information. So, yeah, I do analyze my sales all the time.
And how have your profitability be like?
Repeat the question again. I'm sorry.
How has your profitability be like?
How's my profitability been? It's been good. Like, I haven't lost money. At first, obviously near Christmas, it was like, whoa, holy moly, I made a lot of money, but I've yet to lose money. Thank God for that, because I know a lot of my stuff goes low, but like when it comes to low starts, I kind of look at it as like a whole, because okay, so you have like 30 items and they all sold for this much. So maybe you lost money on the one item, but then you made, $20 on the other item. And in terms of giveaways, it's like, $6.50, but it brings people in. And then people that win a giveaway, a lot of them do bundle, are inclined to purchase. So it just kind of comes out in the wash. So low starts are a risk, and I get really scared for some people when I see them low start things, like, oh my gosh, I would be so scared to do that. But I guess I don't know what they have, invested in the item. So people might think the same thing about me, but I try to be pretty selective in terms of what I do when I do the low start shows, so that I don't lose too much. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I have not lost any money on any of the Ray trains. I have made good money on the Ray train. So I'm so grateful for the opportunity, because I get to get rid of so much in such a little amount of time. I love the fact that you guys can get on and you bring the traffic like that, and then you share it with all of us. Because we'll have like 20, 30 people in our show, and yeah, we make money, but in 30 minutes, we're not, where else are we going to make like $1,200? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's great that y'all share the
What was the most you made in 30 minutes?
$50 on in 30 minutes. $1,250.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. I did all sudden
That's
death
awesome.
that show. I sold the most items I ever sold in 30 minutes, and I made the most that I've ever made in 30 minutes. And I've made and then I made $1,000 in 30 minutes. The last show I made like 900. So it's like unreal amounts when they're coming out of my mouth and when I tell other people. And if you wanted to know like profit numbers, it's obviously all that's not profit, but it's a large amount of it is profit. And if you really think about it, all these purses that are sitting here, I've already lost money. Because they're just sitting here. So anything
Yeah.
I'm getting out is profit. So yeah, when I made that, I always try to make goals for myself, reachable goals. And so that day, I think that might have been maybe Black Friday, but it was my first time trying sudden death. I think maybe it was right before Christmas, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it, and I tried it, and then my goal was $1,000, and it was like $1,250. I was like, I can't believe that in 30 minutes, like my son's like, that's like, whatever a minute. And I'm like, yeah, your mom did that.
That's cool. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool, Christy. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Do you
I love it. I appreciate it. And I'm thankful that y'all let me, give me the opportunity to do that and get rid of so much. And my husband's grateful too, because he's like, woohoo, look at all that going out. Like I played Tetris getting all the packages from the last one in my car. So it was
I
very
love it.
exciting.
When you design your show, let's say like on sudden death or on regular auction, do you when you just think about it, like how you want to run the show and how you envision it, do you design it with pivots or you just go straight, boom, this is exactly what I'm running. I'm bound determined to stay that way.
I might throw a pivot or two in there, and I have always have a flash sale in there, and then I forget to do it, and then I'm like, gosh, why did I forget to do that? Because I'm excited about my flash sale because those I really do love the idea of flash sales because if you think about it, for example, and so I'll have like let's say a keychain, and I have 10 of them and I sell them for $10, but I only hold 10 seconds. 10 of them for $10 in 10 seconds is $100 in 10 seconds. So I do
Mm,
love the idea of a flash sale. And I forget to run it. And so I'm like, why? Every time I have like a note for the next one, like, don't forget your flash sale, or like right on my on my ring light.
what was the item that you're trying to flash?
Okay, so I'm gonna try something new. This idea I have, it's like a keychain that goes on your purse. But
Okay.
I've decided to offer free shipping with this flash sale. And I want to see if people with the opportunity to have free shipping are more inclined to buy. So we're gonna test that theory.
Interesting.
We're gonna test that theory Friday and see how it goes.
Hey, it's almost like designing it with a cheaper product. Hopefully, they'll bundle with something more
Yeah,
expensive.
that's the goal. That is the goal. Maybe
That's cool.
I know when I win a giveaway or in a show, I'm like, okay, I don't have to pay shipping. What I see on the screen, the $10, that's what I'm paying. So I don't know. I feel like I'm more when I win a giveaway inclined to purchase. So yeah, we're gonna try it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
Maybe more people buy it, or maybe people just want a free shipping on my keychain. But we're gonna try it out.
let's try it out. Gotta try it out. That's awesome. When you decided to do All Sudden Death, was that like nerve-wracking or was that
That was very scary because,
like
well,
like 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 what made you think like that?
it was scary to me because I've watched other sellers do it, and sometimes it goes well for them, and then sometimes it doesn't. But then sometimes people are like, "Oh my gosh, if I don't bid, I'm not gonna get the item." And so I was like, I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna try it, and it went really well. And my goal at that time was, okay, let's not worry about more money in that amount of time. This time. Let's focus on getting more out the door. So that
Mm,
that geared that was kind of my goal with sudden death, and it worked because like you get rid of maybe 30 items or so in 30 minutes running regular time. And then with sudden death, it's like, in 30 minutes, you could potentially get rid of like 60 in 30
yeah,
minutes without any
yeah,
hiccups. So,
yeah.
and if you do 15
I think
second sudden death, you know,
it's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that with handbags, but the
Yeah,
other
I
thing,
don't
like
think I
I
would
would
do it.
say, the other thing to keep in mind is I feel like January traditionally is a very tough month
It is.
for reselling.
And
You know,
if I'm being honest with you, on Friday, or I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday, I was on the train and I watched. I guess I won't say their names, but the two people in front of me, and they had sudden death on, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going good. And I went in my show. I turned sudden death off, and it went well.
yeah,
Running regular time went well, and I threw a few sudden deaths in there to just see, like, are they awake? Are y'all awake? Do you want sudden death? But it went good. I didn't expect to make what I did. I think it was like almost $900 on that
I
train.
think that's amazing in January. I think this is my personal humble opinion. I think no matter what you do, and on that train, I mean, all the last couple of weeks we've had yesterday and then I mean, the traffic's been very high on the trains. But I just think in January, people are out of money,
Yes,
other priorities, and it's just going to be tough. Like traditionally, it's just tough. But I think by February, I think it's going to be amazing.
I'm looking forward to this.
February's.
I'm looking forward to tax time. I feel like more people will be shopping when they get their tax returns back. So I'm
I
looking
think
forward.
so.
I'm looking forward to that. And Valentine's
I
Day
think so.
might spark a few, like, women like buying their own gifts type thing. So
Yeah.
have some fun Valentine's type items that are like heart, Kate Spade heart bags and stuff like that. I've been holding out all year last year for Valentine's Day, so I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to talk to you about things that you learned on your last couple of years that you done live. Like if you have to truncate it to, and you can break these out. It doesn't have to be in one bullet, but like one or two or three or four things that you learned that would be helpful for others to hear.
Things that I've learned. I know things I've learned is, even though it's super, super hard, don't shop if you can't afford to. Like, if you, like, I feel like I need to make myself earn it. Like I said, set goals. Like, okay, if I, make this amount of money, I can buy this many purses. Or, some people struggle with shopping in itself. It's like an addiction, but that was a struggle for me, and I'm working on fixing it. So that would be, if you don't struggle with that, I would heed you to not get in, like, addicted to swiping and scrolling and searching all the time, because then you could just have 3,000 unlisted bags sitting in a room. Just so that would be
But
one.
okay, but what? Hold on. I kind of want to know about this shopping addiction thing. Like it, what? I mean, what makes you just want to just keep buying? Is it? Do you see the profit there?
Yes, that's what I see. And in my mind, I'm like, I have to be the one to make that money. So, like, for example, well, I don't. So I got a brand new Michael Kors over there, new with tags. I think it's like 378 and
Okay,
$20. I'm like, and that's with shipping. So
you
how?
bought it for $20?
Yes. So
No way.
yes. So how? That's my problem. I can. Let me tell you, it's hours though. Like, I am scrolling and sourcing for hours, but I find the deals, and I'm like, have to be the one to make that money. And that's the problem. Like,
Wow.
it's crazy. I'm Let me just tell you, if I could have a job sourcing for someone, I would be the top employee, because they would have, like, all the best inventory and make, you know, that's
Huge
see,
margins.
yes, huge margins. And that I have that opportunity. I just need, like, I can do that myself. I just have to put in the work.
But I don't think that's a problem though. I mean, because that's like, in my mind, how much was it? 378?
Yeah, I think
Three,
so. Yeah, I think that's what it's over there. It's on my shelf, but
including
yes,
shipping.
including shipping, because I include
Yo,
shipping in what I pay, because of course I
and
pay
then
shipping. So
is that a brand new bag?
yeah, it's literally right here. I'll show it to you.
That's crazy.
And I see these same style bags going in other people's shows for, like, so much, like this. And oh, it doesn't say the price, but I know it's 378, because yeah, brand new, all the way, like, new. It's original wrapping, and I paid $20 for it. So, like,
That's crazy. I think so. I mean, at auction, 35, 40.
yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
you know.
I sold
So
one.
but see but I don't know, see, I don't think that's a problem though, Christy, because you have a skill set.
I do have a skill set. I really do. I do. But my problem is I don't put as much effort into selling. Like I don't make myself like go live like I should. I was going live every Sunday night, and then I kind of like I got lazy and I stopped doing it. And this month I'm on like I'm doing a few extra shows, but I'm also excited for the reveal of my makeover. And yeah, so the sourcing is not like the problem. It's just selling. I need to sell the items I source. I don't like I spend more time sourcing than selling, so I need to
Well,
make myself do the shows.
well, the trains are gonna fix that for you like
Yes,
immediately,
like
you know.
let me tell you, I know you don't know this, but before, okay, so she won't mind I say her name. I know she won't. Avocado. Okay, she would come into my
Hmm.
shows, and then one day she came into my show and she's like, she would just, she wasn't like shopping all the time. She bought for me a few times. She's like, "Hey, I'm going to be on the show, like this train, my first time live in a year or whatever it was." And I was like, "Awesome. Give me the flyer. I liked it. I'll be there. I'll support you because I just, I appreciate anyone who comes to my show. So if you're going live, just, I want to be there. What maybe not to buy, but I'll be there in the chat to let you know that I appreciate you." So I went to her show on your train and I was like, "This is amazing. Like this is crazy. Like she's got all these people in here and she's able to low start things and they're, selling like it's so great." And I kept watching and then I was like, "Hey, like how did you how did you get, the opportunity to get on the train?" And she told me the correct avenues to take, like the Facebook group and reaching out to you guys. And I did that and thank God you gave me a chance because um I was in a slump of depression at that time. And I was thankful for the opportunity because I was drowning in like this inventory and then I wasn't feeling motivated to go live. And the first time on your raid train I was like so nervous I was shaking. And I had gone live like every week before then. I guess it was just the number at the top of the screen made me nervous, but I was also excited and just so thankful because I had been praying. I feel like I was praying, but not putting in the effort, like asking God to do something for me, but not taking the steps to try to let Him open doors for me. So yeah, that was like an answered prayer for me, and I feel like um that prayer couldn't have been answered had I not gone live and Avocado came in and hey, I'm doing a show, and then saw you guys, met you guys, and then you guys gave me the opportunity to be on the train. So it was truly an answered prayer, the opportunity to have that many people in my room and have that many people bidding and low starting. I love low starts. They're risky and you can win, you can lose, but I love doing low starts. They're so fun.
Yeah, but and with the way you source is just
Yeah.
wild. There's no, but like how I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like if you had if someone told you, look, like go live twice a week, 30 minutes,
Yeah.
hundreds of people watching you, you can make, 1,000, 1,500.
Yeah.
I feel like you would be more motivated to source more. You'd be like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I want to buy more $20 Michael Kors bags.
Yeah. And I do, and I can. And I have
Yeah.
no problem sourcing. Like I could pick up my phone right now. It might take me, hour or two. Um, but I can find at one point I had like 15 packages a day like coming here because I was like it was just like so many. And I have made myself, I hope I'm not telling all my secrets and then all these people are gonna be like, I'm not paying that. I know she paid for that bag, but I set limits for myself and I don't go over those limits in terms of what I invest in a bag. And I think that rule for myself has really helped me become a smart sourcer because the tax, the shipping, that is a total that I pay, and I won't go over a certain amount because in my mind on Posh, I can't make money. Like if I'm paying $50 for this item, unless it's like
Yeah.
a super popular item, I might do it here and there, but I just like won't. I just won't do it. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll
Well, I bet you anything, if you had 400 people in your room and you had this brand new Michael Kors bag, and you told everyone, "Hey guys, I only paid $10 for it." Guarantee you, the bids would be the exact same as if you didn't tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the psychology of so many people in the room is just. I mean,
I guess because
it's
somebody's gonna get that deal, on the
yeah.
because you're not gonna buy it on the website or in the store for that low.
Yeah,
So
no way. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I guess you're
Yeah.
right. You're right in
Yeah.
terms.
Now, if you paid $50 for it, then I'd be like, oh wow,
Yeah.
that's I don't know. That's gonna be a little risky.
You just
Yeah.
have to source smart, and there are ways to do that. And I honestly, surprisingly, I on my items, I pay shipping on all my items, so my total includes shipping. So yeah, I have smartened myself up on what to look for, how to know it's a legit seller, to know it's an authentic item, and yeah, just I've learned through error, but I'm a very good sourcer. So if you ever need somebody needs help sourcing, hey, I'll help you out.
You may get flooded with messages, so be
Yeah,
careful if you say that.
well, hey, I can be your source at this point. Like I have plenty of items
Yeah,
I could share. I could make some kind of bundle if somebody was really struggling in terms of sourcing. I would.
that's
I've done
awesome.
that a time or two. So you know,
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't mind
Christy,
to break even on some things. It's fine.
yeah, we got about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Is there any last thing that you would like to say?
Well, I guess I would like to say thank you and Lily for the opportunity to be on the raid trains. I'm going to try to get back to doing my regular shows, which were on Sunday nights at about 9:45, 10 Eastern. That was my regular show time, and it works for me. And I'm gonna also work on picking another day to also go live, even if it's for a short amount of time. I'm gonna do it, and I'm
Yeah.
also on a couple other trains that my friends on Posh are doing. That like it's like their product, they're trained and they're excited. It's like to see it grow. I'm fortunate enough that they've asked me to be on their trains as well. So yeah, I'm
That's awesome.
this year's going to be exciting. I'm trying new things, and I'm excited to sell. I'm excited to sell.
Well, we appreciate you, Christy. Thank you so much for talking with me, and I know you're absolutely going to crush it this year, Christy.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so. Thank you for all your,
Thank you.
all the information that you share, and yeah, like TikTok, I would have never known about that platform either. I've been approved to sell on there this whole time and didn't even know it till you
It's crazy.
till you instructed us
It's
how to
huge.
know. So yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for all the giving back that y'all do to the community. Yeah,
Thank you, Christy. Take
thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.